What is up, friends? Kenji, back for another drafto. This time we've got Legacy Cube. So, lots of cubes coming up. I think previews for the new core set, or whatever they call them, M21, M23? No, 21. We're on 21, right? I don't even know. Those previews have started to roll out, so we'll probably get those drafts I guess in the next month sometime, but for now we do have Legacy Cube available, so same stuff as you've seen before. There are some changes. There will be some Ikoria cards in here, but it doesn't look like we have any in this particular pack. Anyways, let's just jump to the choices, since I don't have too much time. Got ourselves a nice Jace the Mind Sculptor, which I'm probably going to take. There's a Treachery here, another very good blue card. And then like a Council's Judgment, Chandra, Awakened Inferno, but kind of hard to pass a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Card basically does it all. And a bag of chips. As we move to our second pack, where there's not really a blue card that I want to take. Krasis is fine, but not really second pick worthy. Shores is fine as well. But I think the cards I'm looking at here to follow up the Jace are like Mystic, Necromancy, perhaps. The land is fine. Kind of depends on what route we want to end up going here. I do like a good Reanimate deck, and Necromancy can hit both graveyards, so has some extra utility. Blue-green's absolutely decent as well. You do get access to like Upheaval and Opposition, I believe. The thing is, if I take the Mystic, am I going to wield the Devoted Druid? Probably not, would be my guess. So I don't mind just like taking Necromancy here. And maybe wheeling the Dark Slick Shores. I think we can probably try that. Necromancy seems to be the most powerful card there anyways. Third pick, we have a Narset and a Baral for blue cards. Cold Steel Heart, good ramp card as well. Turn 2 Cold Steel, turn 3 Jace. Wouldn't be awful. I don't think Narset's like particularly busted in this cube. You don't have like the Time Spiral, Time Twister effects. Do you have... I don't think the Echo of Eons or whatever it's called is in this either, so normally Narset's just kind of like a minor hindrance to the opponent. I think I'm just going to take the Heart. And see what we get past from there on. Yeah, some good options. I think I'm just going to take the Worm Coil as not only just a very good card to cast with 6 mana, but pretty good reanimate target as well. Passing a Spell Seeker, Badlands, some more green ramp doo-doos, but Worm Coil looks like a pretty nice pickup. Similarly here, I think Solemn's a pretty good pickup if I wanted to. That or a Karn. I actually think I might take the Karn here after taking both Cold Steel and Worm Coil Engine. We already have some nice artifact synergy, and you can't really go wrong with more Planeswalkers, especially ones that are colorless. Ooh, okay, now we have some options, because it is starting to seem like green is rather open. We've passed a few Mana Dorks already. This pack still has Courser of Kruphix and Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library is a very good card. I think it's one of my favorite green cards ever. I am passing a Basalt Monolith, which would be good to go along with all the artifacts and Karn that I've already taken, but I think Sylvan Library is just way too good to pass. And yeah, now we get like the Gaia's Cradle and the Llanowar Elves, so pretty good sign that that green is probably a good place to be. I think we probably want to take the Elf here more than the Cradle, as bad as it is, or as unfortunate as it is to pass the Cradle. I think the Elf is just going to be a better pick. There is a small chance that, what was it, Elvish Mystic comes back. That would be pretty nice. I don't mind having taken the Necromancy when I did, but it looks like green is going to be the place to move into. Haven't really seen much blue, though, so kind of just have to see where we go from here. 8th pick will be still a pack we haven't seen yet. Through the Breach is the most fun / potentially broken card here, because you do have access to all of the Eldrazi. Obnixilis is okay. Wake, Mentor, Beast Within, fine. The safe pick is probably the Beast Within, right? Or even the Obnixilis wouldn't be terrible, but... Man, I almost want to take through the Breach. I think I'll just play it safe, though. Planeswalkers are always good, so... Nothing wrong with just taking a little Ob here. Okay, some more fine green cards or treasure map. Shardless Agent doesn't look too bad. We can go the tried and true Sultai Poop. But given that we have Karn already, feels like treasure map's probably a pretty good choice. Let's go with that. We did wheel the Devoted Druid, okay. I said I didn't expect it to wheel, but the fact that it did, again, tells me that green is going to be the place to be. And we got the Green Sun. Pretty good when I already have two little short mana dorks. What else could we wheel? Courser of Crucifix? Yeah, I think Courser was a card we could potentially wheel. Maybe even... I mean, I wouldn't expect Cradle to wheel, but given that I've gotten all these cards back, it is possible. Somebody did take the Elvish Mystic, though, right? So could be somebody else in green, but it definitely feels like it is an open seat from where I am. But yeah, green stuff right now. Don't know what we're doing otherwise. Do have some good value cards, of course, but anything is possible. Where's my next pack? What's the best card to see? I guess with Jace and Sylvan Library, Courser would be kind of an insane wheel. Cradle would be okay. I guess we'll take the Necrotal. I'm not locked into black by any means, but we're not going to play any of those other cards. Thragtusk could be good. Good value card. Ooh, a Tarka is also very, very powerful. This is Legacy Cube, remember, so we're not doing any crazy busted things as you do in Vintage Cube, but this is a great start to a draft. Even the Dryad of the Elysian Grove was not a terrible wheel. It's basically just fixing if I end up playing 3 colors or whatever. And there's a Hoof. All right. Well, that's one of the best green cards that you can get, especially when you pick up a decent number of mana dorks. I don't have a way to cheaply tutor it out right now. We do have the Green Sun to go find it, but Natural Order or Tooth and Nail would be pretty good right now, but definitely not going to pass the Hoof. Not really too much here for me to wheel, so I'm not too concerned about anything else. I mean, I guess we'd play the Pilgrim, but easy peasy. Craterhoof Behemoth. And second pick, pack 2. Again, not very thrilling. Whisperwood's fine. I've never been huge on it. It's okay versus like Wrath effects, so it's probably still going to be my pick here, but again, it's not like anything super exciting. I don't think we're going to take any blue cards, and I don't think any of these black cards are what we want either, so let's go with the Whisper. See what we can get from there. And some goodies. All right. Carnage Tyrant, Coercive Portal, Frost Titan. I mean, Prime Speaker Vannifar could be playable. Birthing Pod, Lantern, Garuda, Thoughtseize. Like, what do we want to do here? I always love a good Thoughtseize, but I'm not sure if I'm playing black right now. In fact, again, the only thing we really truly know that we're playing is green. It could just be I take the Chromatic Lantern, like it fixes for all of my colors and it ramps. That's a pretty safe pick, as is the Portal. I think that's probably fine. Deep Forest Hermit here looks decent. Him is probably the best card in the pack, but double black means it's going to be pretty hard for us to cast. And Hermit is just really good with the Behemoth anyway, so go ahead and take that. And for now, I'm just going to put all of these non-green cards in the sideboard. By no means does that mean I'm cutting them. It just means I don't know what I'm doing with the green yet. But this looks like a good start. Not always sold on Thragtusk. I mean, that's probably another card that we can just sideboard. I'm not too concerned about playing, or rather getting enough playables, so Seems fine from that front. Okay, pick number 5 of the second pack, and we got ourselves some options here. We can just take the very good on-color tireless tracker, or there is a freaking consecrated Sphinx here. That's pretty juicy as well. I'm also a big fan of Escape to the Wilds, but I don't think that's going to be the pick over Sphinx or Tracker. This is kind of rough. I mean, the Sphinx is a better card, straight up, but given the fact that really I haven't seen any blue cards beside my first pick, Jace, I think the Tracker is probably going to be my choice here. Feels weird, but I think it's accurate. Nice Cultivate now. All right. There goes Entomb for the Reanimate plan. We already have the Necromancy, but Cultivate looks like exactly what we want. It's ramp, it's fixing, if I do decide to play any of these other cards. Other colors, rather. Nice Ewit. Thrashing Brontodon is also very good, but I think Ewit is pretty darn nice. And we got the Deranged Hermit too, if we want. I mean, we already have the Deep Forest Hermit. We can make some pretty big squirrels. All right, I'm in. The Immortal Sun. I do have Karn right now, but this could be a very good card. I think we probably want that over Raging Ravine. Excavator doesn't seem likely to be played, but then again, neither do any of those other cards, so take the Excavator. Carnage Tyrant, another good green beater. We'll take that over Frost Titan, which is probably slightly better, but not by enough to warrant it. Perhaps a Voice of Resurgence. And yeah, again, we're still going to get another entire pack here, and we just have a really good green base, so I think what we're ideally going to find are, I guess, some more mana dorks. Draga Tree Speaker, for example, would be great. Birds of Paradise, Gilded Goose would even be fine. Or even some 2-mana rampers. Let's see. Sylvan Caryatid, for example. Preferably one that, I guess, can attack because we have Behemoth, but that's pretty good. And then in other colors, I mean, if I found an Opposition or an Upheaval, I would definitely take them. As we get some last few irrelevant cards here. As it stands, if I got no other cards, if there wasn't another pack, I would probably play the Atarka. In fact, I might still be playing the Atarka anyways. She's that good. Yeah. Pretty happy with where we are, though. I mean, I guess if you look at it, the Chromatic Lantern and the Dryad of the Elysian Grove especially aren't doing much here. The Lantern at least ramps. The Dryad in a mono green deck doesn't do anything. Okay, last pack. First pick is going to be what? Titan, Jite, maybe Phantasmal Image. It's probably going to be one of these artifacts. I would think Titan is a little bit better than Jite, but it's probably close. I think I'm more likely to wield the Titan, so Umezawa's Jite seems good here. This just beats up on any creature deck, and just a pretty good equipment, so I think we'll try that. One, two, three, 4, 5 ramp cards right now. Yeah, we still need a few holes to get plug, but well, again, basically the entirety of the third pack here to help us, so hopefully we find something. Garruk, Wild Speaker, Time Warp, some Spicy Lands, Thrun. Don't mind just taking a Garruk here. Great with both my Hermits. If you uptick Garruk once and then threaten Overrun with a bunch of creatures, that's normally a game ender. Yeah, that seems good. Arbor Elf, Vivian, Monster's Advocate, Port would be fine. I think we just need the 1-mana dork, though. If Vivian wheeled, that would be amazing, and we would definitely take her, but Arbor Elf is a little bit too important when I don't have as many ramp effects as I would like. And now something like Utopia Sprawl or Wolfbriar's Haven or whatever it's called to get a little bit better when we have the Arbor Elf. Emrakul. Had I taken the Through the Breach, I would take that card, but this doesn't look like a deck that wants Emrakul, because, well, the Cradle's gone, for one, and we don't really have another way of hard casting it or cheating it out, so. What's on the chopping block for us? Beast Whisperer or Obstinate Baloth, both pretty good. I guess we'll take the Beast Whisperer. I think both these cards tend to wheel. Baloth would be a better sideboard card, especially versus aggro decks or a deck with heavy discard, but Whisper is fine. Nice. And we did find a Birds of Paradise. Unfortunately, I have to pass Garrick here, but Birds, again, is just a little bit too important. Ooh, okay. There's that Upheaval, and that is a card I think that's worth taking. And if I do that, then we can get the Jace back in. Upheaval is just too busted. Especially in this style of deck. I mean, there's not really much else to say. It just does way too much and wins games very easily. Now we have two more options here. Now that we've started to play some blue cards, this is an easy Search for Tomorrow over Reclamation Sage. Still get some playables here. I think we're going to cut the Jite out of the main of this particular deck, even though it feels weird. We can probably cut Immortal Sun now that we've picked up, what, 3 Planeswalkers. Take the Nissa over the Chromatic. Take the Elder, although I don't think we're going to play it. A good sideboard card in Thrun. I think we can probably get away with 16 lands here, so I just need to cut 1 card. And what is it going to be? I suppose Carnage Tyrant could be cut. Or maybe even the Beast Whisperer. Maybe I don't have enough creatures to really abuse the Beast Whisperer, or we can sideboard it in as necessary. It actually feels like Yavimaya Elder is probably a little bit better than Nissa too, just because it can go grab 2 islands if we need it. And so, how many blue sources am I going to be running in this deck? 3 or maybe 4 islands seems correct. Search for Tomorrow's blue, Birds is blue, Heart can be blue, Treasure Map can be blue, Lantern blue, Elder blue, Cultivate blue. Alright, yeah, so we can probably get away with 3. 3 islands, that is to say. Did not get back the, what was it, Sundering Titan, but that's okay. Don't think that's too much of an issue. I am sad that we didn't get that Cradle, but I think at the time taking, what was it, the Llanowar Elf over it made sense. But Cradle with Upheaval is disgusting. Then again, Upheaval itself is just disgusting, and I have enough early ramp that this is going to be pretty darn good. The only problem with green decks is that you don't have very much interaction a lot of time, right? Like if you look at the deck, I'm just kind of doing my own thing and hoping that it works. So if the opponent has like an early removal spell for a mana dork into some counter magic or something, then we might have a problem, but I think this looks pretty good. The only blue card I'm missing is like the opposition. And do I want to run Port here? I don't think so. It's possible Nissa is still a better choice than one of these other cards, though. But I think I like it like this. So 3 islands, 13 forests, submit, and we'll see you guys back for round number 1. Alrighty, here we are for round 1 of this Legacy Cube with our effectively mono-green ramp deck, but we do have Upheaval and Jace. This hand looks like a keeper on the play. This is a turn 1 Suspend Search, turn 2 Pass, turn 3 Tracker with land drop. Seems fine. Not amazing, but seems fine, certainly. And this is one of our ramp cards that they can't just kill with like a firebolt or whatever. Planes from the opponent. Hopefully we draw something else to do here. Sylvan Library, one time. I'll take a Llanowar Elf. That's pretty good too. Swords to Plowshares. That's fine. I would have been able to cast Deranged Sherbet next turn, but going Tireless Tracker plus Search for Tomorrow is probably going to be good enough. Like, we're almost happy that they killed the Llanowar Elf, given that we have a much better play coming here. And we can go search for the basic island. Play out the tracker, play the land, get the clue. And say, your go, OP. It might be that I want to play Treasure Map next turn, just to get it to flip as quick as possible. And start scrying for some better cards. Oh, an Oko! I guess they make Tracker a 3/3. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to go wide then. I guess we'll just play the Deranged Hermit next turn, since Oko is one of those very stupid cards. So we'll just probably pay the Echo cost next turn and then try to kill the Oko if possible. Alright, they actually made my Hermit a 3/3 instead, so I don't need to pay the Echo, but it does make my squirrels smaller. Into a Baby Jace, that's fine. Go ahead and draw your card. So I don't need to pay the Echo anymore. Let's see. So I can actually send at Oko, 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 and then one at the Jace. They could have a Path to Exile, or I think Condemn could be in this as well, but if they don't, then we kill the Oko here. Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to let the Oko die. Block the damage to the Jace. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play Map here and Devoted Druid. Start scrying with our treasure map. Alright, they go up to 7 cards. Yeah, I mean, it feels like they're probably going to have a Wrath in their deck. Bant control with a bunch of Planeswalkers. Would not be entirely too surprising, although Kitchen Finks is okay. I don't mind seeing that. 5 cards still in their hand, sure. Let's go ahead and map. Scry for something juicy. Arbor Elf does not count. Let's bottom that. Upkeep Scry. Eternal Witness. Probably not good enough, so let's bottom that as well. And we drew a Cold Steel Heart. Alright, so let's send 3 of these at the Jace to make sure that it dies. And then both of the 3/3s at their face. Do I want to play the Wormcoil Engine here? That's probably fine. I would have to use a counter on the Devoted Druid, but I think that's okay. Looks like they might have a counter of some variety. Sure, that's fine. No big deal. Wormcoil Engine wasn't the way we were winning this game. It was just a nice beater. And that's a good sign for us. If they're countering that, then they obviously don't have like Treachery in their hand. Or obviously, I guess they could draw it, but Oh, sort of Feast and Famine. Okay. Well, they will get my Cold Steel Heart out of hand. But more importantly, they get to untap all of their lands and maybe do something else. Follow up Courser with a Breeding Pool on top. Did they already play their land for the turn? They must have. Okay, let's upkeep Scry. Bottom that, obviously. Whisperwood's pretty good. Let's try to resolve that here. Could they have another counter? Obviously. Looks like they don't. But I don't really have any good attacks, so let's pass. And manifested a land. Okay. And the nice thing is the Whisperwood Elemental makes tokens that can block the Kitchen Finks. So. Oh, they're drawing a Realm Cloaked Giant next turn. Okay. Face up non-token creatures you control gain. Okay, so that only affects my Deranged Hermit and my Devoted Druid currently. Passing. Bunch of cards in their hands still. I mean, I guess let's sack the clue and see what we can find. Alright, Sylvan Library is pretty good. Can start drawing some extra cards. I think I just like passing. Hopefully we don't manifest something crazy good. Good, it was just another forest. Council's Judgment, that's also pretty gross. Are they not going to Wrath here, or are they just going to attack first? Yeah, they're going to attack first. And this is just a sign that they're going to go ahead and... Alright. Until end of turn, face up non-token creatures. So those don't count. So they're going to Wrath. We're going to get some 2/2s. Guess there's no reason not to float. Manifested a Jace. That's no good. And a Lantern. That's fine. Alright, and let's go ahead and sack a treasure, draw an extra card, end a turn. More lands, but we got Sylvan Library active, so that's good. Garrick, Hermit. Alright. I guess I'm going to put the Elder on top and keep one of those. Let's go to combat. And then we can go Garrick into Hermit. And that threatens lethal next turn, so they might have to use Council's Judgment on the... on the Garrick. They can also attack the Garrick with the Celestial Colonnade, but again, I have a pretty wide board again. Just passing? What is this? They have to use Council's Judgment, then, if they're not attacking. Yeah, there it is. All right. They might make a mistake. Nope, they didn't. They chose the Garrick correctly. What else you got? Rattleclaw Mystic. I guess they're going to equip the sword to it. That's fine. We knew about the breeding pool. So one card in hand with Realm Cloak Giant. Let's go ahead and draw one of our cards end of turn. Go ahead and use the Sylvan Library. Look at some extra cards. There's the hoof. So let's see, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to pay too much life. Yeah, we don't even need to do that. We can just hoof and call it good, because we can play around a daze with the treasure. And that will be more than enough. Way, way more than enough. Alright, a Bant control deck. So, Thrun is probably a good add. Port over a forest is probably a good add. Nissa to turn into a Planeswalker is probably another good add. Don't think the Worm Coil is as necessary versus them. I like all of the Planeswalkers. I like being able to go wide with the Hermits. Probably can just cut like the Cold Steel Heart. I guess Heart comes down sooner than the Lantern does. But then again, Chromatic Lanterns means I can guaranteed cast one of these, whereas Heart I would still need another blue source. But I think coming down the turn sooner is more relevant. So let's try it like this. And see if we can just do some more of the same. Alright, this is a fine hand. It's not great, but I think it's a keep. Obviously would love to draw a ramp spell on turn 1 or turn 2 so that we go with a turn 3 Planeswalker, but turn 2 map is not like the worst if that's our best play or only play. Give me a bird? No, library. Library's not bad. I think getting the treasure map online first is better, though, question mark? I guess it depends. We'll see what we draw here. Okay, another land. So what's the sequence? Yeah, I think it's the Sylvan Library, because treasure map we wouldn't be using next turn anyways, since I'd be cultivating. Is this miscalc again? Sure, that's fine. I was going to say, if I'm tapping out for Cultivate next turn, then it makes more sense to Library. Alright, well, I'm glad that they did not have turn 3 Oko again. Arbor Elf, you're a little bit late to the party. And yeah. Get an island and a forest. Next turn we can play Elf plus one of our Planeswalkers. Whirler Rogue. Well, that's unfortunate. That means they're going to get in with Sword of Feast and Famine quite a few times here. So even the Jace is not like particularly awesome now in that regard. And they're going to have access to a lot of manas. I don't have a way to kill the sword in my sideboard, do I? No. Alright, well I guess let's Karn. Uptick. I guess they're going to give me a forest. So I guess our game plan is to go find Upheaval. And playing out the Planeswalkers is kind of just a road bump, because if they attack the Planeswalker, then they don't get the trigger from the sword. So that's fine. I'm just going to let the Karn die. That's 6 life and an extra card from Karn. 2 extra cards even, because I don't have to discard. And then 1 from the card that it drew itself. Nissa, not amazing. So I'm going to go with Jace here. Brainstorm. And then after brainstorming, I can Nissa to shuffle away. I could have also bounced a token. I don't think bouncing a token would have been bad. But so let's put 2 forests away. Then play the Nissa, shuffle the 2 forests that we just put on top away. Get some nice brainstorm value there. And again, don't really mind that Jace dies. Obviously, not ideal, but basically it's just buying me a lot of time. Elspeth conquers death. All right, so I guess they take care of the Nissa. Then they kill the Jace with the Whirler Rogue and the Thopter, and then the Thopter hits me and makes me discard a card. At this point, I'm going to just go ahead and discard the treasure map, since it doesn't look like it does too much there. And last card in their hand is a Stoneforge Mystic. Do they have another equipment? They do not. Okay, phew. And they're going to move their sword to the Mystic. That's fine. Tireless Tracker now. Okay. So Green Sun Zenith can get some okay creatures. Nothing great yet. I think what I'm going to do here is just set up for a Craterhoof Behemoth. I'm going to play the Garruk out this turn before it gets taxed by the Elspeth Conquers Death. The question is, do I hold the forest to discard? I think that's probably correct. Discard to the Sword of Feast and Famine, that is to say. All right, Garruk dies. I take 3. I pitch the forest. And then they Wrath of God. Oh, all right, I see that, because they're going to get their cards back with Elspeth Conquers Death next turn. All right, well, let's just run out the Carnage Tyrant and then Thrun next turn. Kind of an interesting play, but it makes sense, again, given the fact that they were getting their Conquer's Death. Pro Green's brutal here. Brutal. Where's that upheaval? That's not it. I can get Ewit. I can get Ewit with Green Sun Zenith and get one of these back. Is that good enough? I mean, honestly, it might be. Yeah, I think that's probably what I want to do here. Green Sun Zenith for Eternal Witness back Sylvan Library, and then just dig for the upheaval. I think that's my route to success. And as such, when they attack me with the sword next turn, I'm just going to discard the Thrun, because we want to keep the cheap ramp card. Alright, so I take 7, discard Thrun, and I've got a few looks at upheaval next turn. Forest is no. So I need to keep the Green Sun and now get I don't think any of those... I guess I have to get Birds of Paradise and block one of their flyers. So I don't just die. Pretty funny plays, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, bash for 9. Maybe live at 1 life. And remember, the green sun shuffled with Sylvan, or shuffled away the land and the hermit, so might just barely survive here. Nope, Journey to Nowhere, that'll do it. Kill the bird, take 7. Okay, on to the next game. Oh, and we were going to get the upheaval next turn too. Brutal. Brutal. Maybe the GT's worth it after all. Maybe the GT is worth it after all. Yeah, I think I might cut the Karn and try it like this. Really wish we had Reclamation Sage or something. Hell, even the Thragtusk actually is not awful. Gain some life and it leaves a 3/3 if they try to Wrath, but looks like it's too late for that. Alright, game 3 here of the first round. Looks like we got a pretty good hand again. Turn 1, Suspend Search for tomorrow. Turn 2, Heart on blue. Turn 3, we could Jace, actually. Pretty good. Turns out Pro Green is pretty good versus a mono green deck. What did they show us last time? A sword, right? They had swords. Name blue. Okay, they're not holding Miscalc open. It's good. No counters this turn. Let's go ahead and search. Play the land to play around Mana Tithe. And let's get that Jace going. Go ahead and Brainstorm immediately. Put back, I guess, Nissa and land. Might even have a turn for Carnage Tyrant, eh? Guess it depends on what they do. Okay, there's their blue source. Kitchen Finks, that's fine. I guess I just want to get another Planeswalker online. So let's draw the Nissa. Let's see, we don't need Druid. What's the sequence this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I want to just get Garruk online. Put the Druid back. Then again, I could go Garruk into Whisperwood. Okay, let's do that. We can manifest all the cards that we pitched. Get them good next turn. Manifest the Carnage Tyrant, manifest the Nissa. Swords. Well, I guess I just gained the life then, huh? No reason to sack it. Although now I do have to trade my Carnage Tyrant for Kitchen Finks if they attack the Jace, which is slightly awkward. I guess I should have ordered the Devoted Druid first. Unfortunate, but... Oh, there's their Sword of Feast and Famine again. Okay, so let's draw the Druid. I think now what I'm supposed to do is just bounce the Kitchen Finks, so they can't attack with the sorted creature next turn. Let's play the Tracker out. Well, man, I also just don't want them to Wrath, though. But I guess let's force them to have it. Tracker, Nissa, get a Forest. Unfortunately, I'm not transforming Nissa here. And let's just pass, sacking the clue, end of turn. If we can fade the Wrath, that would be good. But even if they do Wrath this turn, that means they're not developing on a creature, so it's not like the worst case scenario. It's bad, it's just not the end of the game. Level of bad. Is this their Journey to Nowhere, maybe? Journey and Finks for the turn? Yes, it is. I mean, both the Tracker and the Nissa are problematic, so... it's fine. There's no reason to sack in response. It doesn't do anything. Wall of Omens. Okay, that's also fine. That means they're not going to have a creature attacking with the sword next turn. And we get to flip the Nissa now as well. So could even just nearly win with Craterhoof if we can find it. So we do have the luxury of brainstorming here. There's Upheaval. 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 10 mana. Oh man, and I would get Tracker on the battlefield too. Alright, that's got to be worth it to Upheaval. For sure. Untap. Untap. Upheaval. Could have attacked for 2 first, but whatever. We're going to get our Tireless Tracker on an empty board. And then I can play land, get a clue. Do we want Garruk here? Yeah, I think we want Garruk. Oops. Oh, it has to be untapped 2 lands. Oh, well, let's just start beating them down. Whoopsies. My mistake there. I forgot you cannot use Garruk unless you have 2 lands to guaranteed untap with. But obviously this is still good. Your move, opponent. Good luck. This is a pretty crazy first match. Long one. All right, land, wall, cast out Kitchen Finks. So we can play the land, we can get another clue. We can untap. Get a Jace. And scoop it up. All right. Nice, nice. Let's win the first match. Let's go to the second. Okay, here we are for round 2 of this Legacy Cube. We won the die roll. Let's go on the play. Turn 2, I could go get like Birds of Paradise, but that seems a little bit too slow. We do have Upheaval, though, which is pretty darn great, but this hand feels kind of anemic, because if they just kill the bird that I go get, it's so bad. Yeah, I think we can go down to 6 and probably have a better 6. That definitely looks better. Let's keep this. We're going to pitch the hoof since it's too expensive. And let's go with turn 1 Arbor Elf. Hopefully they don't kill my elf here, and we can just start ramping and pamping. Nice, another land was a good draw. Let's untap. I think I'm going to go Green Sun for Devoted Druid. Since even though it doesn't add blue, it adds 2 mana next turn, which means Whisperwood even if I don't draw another land. Which we did. It's just that easy, I guess. I guess we'll find out if they have a counter spell. But turn 3 Whisperwood, looks like it's a go. Nice. Manifest a forest, and now we can start scrying for action with Treasure Map, so that's good. Banishing Light, alright, that's probably going to eat the Whisper. We have Upheaval in the deck, so we want to leave it underneath there. Well, turns out if I had sacked it, I'd be able to Ewit it back, but that's funny. Alright, search for tomorrow. Go get an island. Untap. Treasure Map. Attack for 2, and then scry end of turn. Wrath, that's fine. Scry. We will keep Upheaval. And yes, all our creatures die. Draw the Upheaval. Ewit back. Arbor Elf. And here we actually want to pass and just use Treasure Map on upkeep, or rather end of the turn instead. Because if we flip the map, then we can Upheaval, get our Whisperwood back first thing. Alright, let's hope they don't have another land. Nice. If they had a blue source there to counter the Upheaval, then that would be really bad. But they don't. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want another land right now. Don't need that. And we want to go blue. Hope they don't have days. Or force. Pretty much game over if this resolves. Nice. We get our Whisperwood, we get to play the Arbor Elf, and we immediately get to manifest. And just like that, bingo, bango, bongo. Easy peasy, baby. Easy peasy. Alright, once again, we're playing against another blue-white control-y type deck. I mean, let me double check. Supreme Verdict. Can you regenerate through that? You can regenerate. Okay, so Thrun is probably okay. Looks like Worm Coil probably not necessarily. Port in for a forest. And then Beast Whisper and Nissa are possibilities. I think I'll try Beast Whisper maybe over one of these hermits. I guess I like Deep Forest over Deranged. And try to submit that for game number 2 here. Still the second round. We are up a game. And a fine looking hand on the draw. Suspend Search for Tomorrow turn 1 is not awful. Not as good as a Mana Dork, but we have Green Sun on turn 2 if we want to. Green Sun for birds, probably. They have a Cold Steel Heart as well. Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to Green Sun for a bird. And then next turn we can go like Garrick into untap treasure map and then activate treasure map immediately. Ooh, man, they are ramping hard. Wow, maybe Upheaval's not as good versus them because they have both Basalt and Cold Steel. Didn't see those last game. All right, let's go with the Garrick. Let's untap. Let's play the map. And pass the turn. We are scared of what? Like Elspeth here, Elish Norn type things. Uh-oh, they are tapping a lot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Ugin's pretty damn gross. That's a turn 4 Ugin from a blue-white deck, by the way. Okay, well, there goes Bird and there goes Garrick. Holy smokes. I wish I had Questing Beast here. But I can't even play like the Tireless Tracker because it just gets bolted. Yeah, I'm going to need to keep Upheaval and hope that we can, I don't know, draw out of this somehow. But again, they have Cold Steel Heart plus Basalt, so they get to ramp back up into Ugin pretty quickly. What did they just do? Oh, they repealed my treasure map. No. All right. So it's going to be a little bit longer before I can get to that necessary mana then. End of turn. They untap their Monolith. Yes. And if they have Glen Elendra, then we just concede, basically. Man, turn 4 Ugin in blue-white is crazy good. Wow. They actually have a ton of ramp, too. I mean, I think the Upheaval is still good versus them, but that's kind of insane that they have that much ramp. That is no good. That's fine. No reason to port them here. Not when they have that much mana anymore. Probably just going to be better off to sack the Clue. Tracker down. Oh, and are they if they're just passing with counter magic open, I mean, can't really do much about that. I guess we will find out though, won't we? If you got it, you got it. They don't. Okay. And they didn't even float, so they don't have anything. So, what can I Green Sun for here? I can Green Sun for 3. My tracker's already dead. I guess I could go get Eternal Witness and get back my Upheaval, perhaps? Or I could play Treasure Map and activate. This is kind of interesting. Could go get Devoted Druid too. Actually, Devoted Druid might be better. Alright, I think that's okay. And we have Port, so we can lock them down from playing their Cold Steel Heart next turn as well. Oh, they have an Oust? Oh, yikes. Okay, that's kind of brutal. Yeah, it's very brutal. Man. That was not a good card for them to have for us. Because I would have been able to go Treasure Map plus Port and start leveling up our map and porting them still. I mean, I guess I just play the Port and tap down their Coast next turn to keep them off of the Cold Steel Heart on turn 2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands and a Gilded Lotus. Okay, Crocus is fine. So they can play their Monolith next turn. But that's okay, I think. Oh, they have swords too? Holy smokes. Okay, and that's pretty unfortunate for us. They had both Oust and swords to deal with my early plays. Yikes. Well, they can't Ugin next turn, which I guess is good, but... Oh, he's coming. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to just map and start scrying into some business. Hoping to find something here. I guess what we're looking for is the Eternal Witness again, aren't we? Now we want the Eternal Witness to get the Upheaval back to start the combo again. Oh, wait a minute. They're doing something else. Wow. Fractured Identity. That's not that bad, though. Like, now their Monolith is tapped, so they don't have Ugin next turn. I guess we're just going to ramp here. So we have 6, 7 mana right now. Alright, looks like they're going to just pass and untap their Monolith. Oh, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, Ugin was or not Ugin, Thrun was a great draw. Because now if they play Ugin and -4, then I can play the Craterhoof and haste down the Ugin. Yeah, that wasn't bad for us. That wasn't bad for us at all. Jace, okay. Jace pass is fine. I'm okay with Jace pass. Oh, there's the Ewit too. Okay. Well, now we can get back our upheaval and potentially do some business. I guess they're just going to block and Crocus it? No, they're going to take the 4. Okay. Rebuy, upheaval, the dream. Now they're definitely going to Ugin, right? What a strange game. So flip the Jace. Discard Careful Consideration. Play land. Here comes Ugin. If they Ugin minus, the Jace will die. And then we get to Craterhoof down the Ugin. No, they're going to go for Fractured Identity. Okay, so they're going to steal my Ewit, I guess? This is actually a little bit odd. Oh, they're going to steal the Lantern, of all things. Okay. Well, now what? Pass? Do I just win with Craterhoof now? You need to have a counter here, right? I'm going for it. Nope. All right. What a weird game. Holy crap. All right, we're 2-0. Let's see if we can pull off the 3-0. Okay, here we are for the final round with our mono green upheaval deck. On the draw this time, have a nice little 1, 3, 5, 6 curve. Let's pray that our Llanowar Elf does not die on turn 1 or 2. Because this is the type of hand, if the opponent just has like 2 removal spells, we are going to have a really bad time. Opponent on the mulligan to 5, though. Okay. Leads with a swamp. Don't know if that's good or bad for me, but as green decks tend to do, we will just roll with our game plan. Hope that they don't do anything. Uh-oh. Hymn to Turok. Dark Confidant. Okay, that's a good way to get rid of, or rather undo a mulligan of sorts. But good news for us is we just get to jam our tracker then. And let's see what Bob reveals. Give me some good hits. No. That is the best hit. We don't want to see that. Into... Oh no! Lily, kill my elf? That is extremely rude. Now the good thing is... again, I assume they kill the elf here. I play a land. I can make the tracker at 4 power and then just kill the Lily. Unless they want to chump with Bob. So... while it is bad, yes, it's not the worst. Oh, maybe they're considering shrinking the tracker. That would be a surprise, to be sure. Okay, what are you going to do, OP? It just has to be kill the elf, right? I don't know what they're doing. Wow! I am thoroughly surprised. Very interesting. Very interesting. No way to punish them, but very interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and sack the clue and see if we draw something else to cast with 2 mana. We did not. And I think I attack both. Since the elf can just die to the Liliana anyways, there's no reason to hold it back. Alright, Lily goes to 1. Alright, Bob. Crypt Breaker. Yes, that's good. And just like that, they've already undone their mulligan. Chupacabra or something. Necrotol. Extinction Event. Oh, alright. So they get to name Odd here and deal with both of my creatures. Okay. Well, now... Now we have a problem. Now I want to find, like, Cultivate for Double Island or Chromatic Lantern or something. Because we are very, very much so losing this game. Alright, I'll take 2. Oh, they didn't even use their Liliana. Forest is basically the worst possible draw. And they found another land. Yeah, now they've already drawn out of the mulligan with the Dark Confidant. What do I get to sideboard versus them? Thrun's good. Thragtusk is probably good. Jite looks pretty good here. They have Bob and Crypt Breaker. Okay. They might not know that that you don't have to target one of their creatures. I think that's probably what's happening. I think they think they have to use it on a creature. And again, Forest, worst possible draw. Yikes. Well, we might be getting a lot of squirrels. I mean, I think my sequence is just Hermit into Carnage Tyrant, but Eternal Witness on Deranged Hermit at some point is certainly a consideration. They revealed a Thran Dynamo, so that could mean that they plan on like hard casting a Grizzlebrand or perhaps Sheoldred or something. I mean, if they have Massacre Worm here, I'm just gonna die. Alright, there's Liliana on the Hermit. Yeah, really just need to find that Cultivate or some way to get double blue here. Alright, there's the Dynamo. I mean, if the Dark Confidant does a little bit more damage to them, it's possible that Carnage Tyrant can just get in with like 2 swings for lethal. That would be pretty nice. Alright, birds. That is a blue source, but we need to kill the Lily first, so let's send everything at the Liliana to make sure she dies. Or more ensure that she dies. They didn't make a zombie either. Alright, I'm gonna play the Carnage Tyrant then. Doesn't look like I'm gonna need to go for upheaval necessarily. Damn. That Dark Confidant has dealt very little damage to them. Okay, you've got 10 mana. What can you do with it? Evoke Shriekmaw. Well, that can't target Carnage Tyrant. They might have like a living... No, I don't know if living death is very good since I have Hermit in my graveyard. Huh. I mean, it could be any number of reanimate effects instead. Uh-oh. 8 mana? If this is just Grizzlebrand, I'm going to cry. Oh, they do have Sheoldred. All right, it makes sense. So they wanted the Shriekmaw in the graveyard so they can return it with the Sheoldred. I dig it. I thoroughly approve of that play. So our game plan is to find another blue source and set up an upheaval. But for the meantime, we have enough squirrels to go ahead and sacrifice. And hitting with Carnage Tyrant is a pretty big deal, so... Garrick. Alright, well, let's attack for 7. Okay, we are going to trade with the Sheoldred. That's not bad for us. Again, it could very well mean they have some ways to return it. Let's just make a 3/3 for starters. Play the bird. I mean, I guess I'm going to run out my hand, even though if they have a discard effect, it's going to be really painful. Okay, they revealed a Prowler. With Prowler in their deck, I'm going to assume they definitely have some way to reanimate. How about reanimate itself? Okay, but reanimate itself cost them 7 life. I mean, they could kill themselves with the Dark Confidant. It is not out of the realm of possibilities. Yeah, I think I might actually go nab the Hermit now with the Eternal Witness instead of Carnage Tyrant. And just get a bunch of squirrels to buy some time. Oh, there's finally our Lantern. Alright, so let's Ewit back. The Hermit. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Lantern. Untap. Hermit. Now, the Prowler can kill the Garrick here, but I think that's okay. Because with the Ewit and Upheaval, I'm going to be able to rebuy something anyways. And who knows, Sheoldred might just kill him. We'll see. Show me a 5. Show me a 5 with Dark Confidant. Here comes Sheoldred returning the Shriekmaw. Yes. The question is, will they kill themselves? Everybody wants to know. Alright, Shriekmaw is killing the Hermit. Gah! Confidant revealing another land. Darn it. Entomb? Okay. Well, if they have a Massacre Worm, that could be a problem. Like, I wasn't planning on firing off this Upheaval next turn, but Worm Coil Engine? Okay, that's not that bad. Actually, are they dead if they attack with Prowler? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they're at 5. So I have 7, 8, 9. I have 11. I have 12 mana after upheavaling next turn. Dang it, but they are wisely killing Garrick here. Or at least going for it. I mean, I could discard a card. But obviously I don't want to discard Upheaval. Sheoldred. Oh, it's thinking about it. Nope, just the Prowler. Okay. Well, fortunately for the opponents, I don't want to discard and save. Alright, let's sack a token to Sholdred trigger. Drew another stinky land. Blech. So what we might as well do here is attack with all of the beasts, or rather all the squirrels and the beast token, because we're going to be upheavaling here anyways. So now I only have 10 mana instead of 12 or whatever. We actively want them to trade all of their cheap creatures too. Nice, this is good. So now they can't replay Crypt Breaker or whatever. Got him. Reset. And I guess I'm going to go for Hermit, because next turn I can play the Lantern and then Hermit the turn afterwards. Also, they're just dead in 2 turns to the Ewit. Can you do anything? Presumably you just lost all of your cheap spells. Nope. Alrighty. And we'll take game 1. Game 1. All but done. Alright, Jite comes in. Thragtusk can probably come in. Thrun can probably come in. No port this time. Karn can come out. Map can probably come out. And maybe I can cut one of these hermits. Seems okay. Go like that, and let's try to 3-0 this draft, baby. Okay, game 2 here of the final round, and we have a pretty nice hand here on the draw. Turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Search for Tomorrow, turn 3 Jace, perhaps? We will have to find out. Alright, don't do it. No Dark Confidant. Don't do it. No, not again. It's too soon. It's too soon, opponent. I think I'm still just going to grab another island here in case they make me randomly discard island next turn. It's just the safest play. Oh yes, and once again, the reveal swamps begins. Now would be really bad for us if they once again have Liliana just to kill off the elf. But they have an Una's Prowler. Okay. This could also be very bad if they just instantly reanimate. Alright, looks like they don't have the reanimate, thankfully. Whisperwood's pretty good. I wonder if Whisperwood's a better play now than Jace. Yeah, I think I'm going to go big. Start trying to pressure them. Alright, they discarded Sholdred to Una's Prowler, so probably going to be a reanimate effect in our future, but Jace can just bounce it on that following turn. Manifested our Sylvan Library, unfortunately. Extinction Event! Well, that's not terrible. I mean, I guess they're probably going to fire it off on odd here, but I can sack the Whisperwood in response. We keep our Manifest. We would lose the Elf if they do decide to go with that play instead of reanimating. Uh, So I can actually discard Eternal Witness here in response if I wanted to. I guess there's no reason not to sack the Whisperwood in response and then get it back with the Exhume anyway. That could have been risky for them. I'm playing big green. I could have discarded something big there to the Prowler and gotten them. Well, now presumably they're not going to Extinction Event on Odd anymore. So we'll go ahead and pitch our Manifest. Go ahead and slam the Jace and bounce the Sheoldred. Alright, they go to 11. We're going to Manifest again. This time we hit a forest. That's fine. Alright, Dark Confidant. Do a little bit more damage for me, buddy. Nice. Got a 3 out of them. We didn't want to see Downfall, but hey, we'll take the damage when we can get the damage. I'm guessing the event is in my future now. We'll go ahead and sack the Whisperwood in response. We can discard the land to Prowler to keep the Jace alive for an extra turn. And then we can Ewit back the Whisperwood the following turn if we want to. I'm not going to get any tokens here, but at least it's not exiled. Oh, they are going to send the Confidant at the Jace. Okay. I think we're happy to trade now. To keep the Jace alive. In fact, what I might want to do is actually discard 2 cards so that Jace doesn't take any damage here. And then bounce the Prowler and force him to like downfall the Jace next turn. I kind of like that play. I'm kind of digging it. Digging it a lot. Nice. All right, so let's return that to their hand. Garruk was a great draw here. Because now we can go Garruk. Untap 2 lands, Ewit. Play out Whisperwood or something. Ooh, they discarded Inferno Titan. Well, alright. Let's hope they don't have another reanimate effect. I guess I'm going to grab the Green Sun. It's probably better. Board looks good, but like if they do reanimate Inferno Titan here, we will have a huge problem. Did I leave Carnage Tyrant in? I did, okay. So like Green Sun Carnage Tyrant next turn is a viable play. Hopefully they're just using Hero's Downfall here. This is 4 mana though. No whammies, please. They have Prowler down. Oh, they have Dread Return. Ugh. So sick. That might do it. I mean, they can't kill Garruk here, but they get to shoot like the Eternal Witness, the Jace, and my face for 1. I guess I can still go get Carnage Tyrant with Green Sun, though, so it's not like all is lost, but pretty bad news bears for us. Oh. Or I could just draw it naturally and not have to use my Green Sun. What else can we go find, then? Not too much that is... Like, Hermit here doesn't do anything versus Inferno Titan, so... Guess we'll play a 7/6 Trample Hexproof. And hope it's good enough. Maybe this is Downfall on Garrick. Oh, they have Lily of the Veil? Oh, man, the absolute worst. And just like that, I think our game is over. I think we're going to be moving to a game 3. Yikes. Big ol' yikes. Ugh. Alright, so I go to 15. Garrick dies. I guess I'm not dead next turn, but... yeah, I think Cultivate's better here than Green Sun. I need to Cultivate and then... hopefully find Upheaval off the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and Green Sun for 2, because I might as well. Obviously, Titan just kills it, but it soaks up a little bit of damage, and I'd just be discarding to Liliana anyways. So, basically a 1-outer. Draw Upheaval, and then hope to rip rip the cards I need off the top, basically. What else do I have in the deck? Wait, Torrential Gear Hulk. That is a very strange one, because that only hits instants. So, All right, take a lot of damage here. Let's see, Sholdred, Downfall, Una's Prowler, 3 unknowns in their hand. Alright, they are going to kill the Druid, so I'm going to take 6, go to 8. And then Upheaval off the top, please. Because Jace is already gone, so I can't bounce the Titan. Yeah, that's not an out. Nighthawk is whatever. Alright, 1-outer. Actually, that buys me time as well. Just redraw the Green Sun. Because we can go get the... Oh, well, Thragtusk also works, I guess, but I was going to say we can get the Deep Forest Hermit, right? It gives me 5 creatures, they downfall 1, they ping 3, then make... no, I can't. We actually need to get Thragtusk. Yes, Thragtusk works, because I gain 5, and then I have effectively 2 blockers. And then we still have the out of drawing Upheaval. Right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they have 11 damage available if they use Lily and Downfall. Okay. So we'll just soak up as much damage as we can, unless they go ahead and Downfall, which they don't. So give me the Upheaval. I believe in the heave. I believe in the heave. Opponent's time is also really freaking low. It's not going to come up this game, but I mean, if and when we go to a game 3, that is not a lot of time to finish a match. All right, one outer. Let's go upheaval. I would need to draw like upheaval into a mana dork, into like, I already used tireless tracker, right? No, wait. Yeah, upheaval. Dang it. Did not draw the heavals. Okay. So they do have a reanimate sub-theme in their deck. I don't think there's too much to change here. Really, we just need them to not have Dark Confidant on turn 2 again. And yikes, this hand is pretty darn bad. Turn 2 Sylvan Library is nice, but the fact that I would need to draw action makes me hesitant to keep this hand, so let's go to 6 and hope we find a better 6, in which, or indeed we do. Let's pitch the Ewit here, and then we can go turn 2 ramp, turn 3 one of my 4-drops. So I guess we lead with Druid. I would lead with Heart if I drew a land, but since we didn't, we have to go Druid here instead. All right, nice. And they don't have the turn to Bob this time. So let's go Garrick since we didn't draw a land here. Untap 2 and then play the Cold Steel Heart. And add blue. The opponent is playing much faster now. Now that the clock's against them. Lily? No, Nighthawk. That's fine. We don't care about that. Okay, so I can 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can Jace. I can search for blue. Tap, tap. Untap, untap. Jace. And let's just start with a bounce for now and pass. Slowly putting our pressure on the board. We saw downfall, but if they tap out for downfall, that's not the worst. Nope, just replay of the Nighthawk. That's good for us. And now what we're going to do is once again bounce to set them back and set up for overrun for the win. Make a beast. Green Sun for Hermit. And then overrun next turn is lethal. I mean, if they have a Damnation or a Toxic Deluge, so be it, I accept. We haven't seen those cards from them yet. Alright, that's GG then. Oh, okay. Dark Ritual something. Maybe they're still alive? No. That doesn't do it, right? They will make me pitch my last card in hand. But that should just be game over. All right, GG's. Opponent playing a little bit slow there. I mean, we have 17 and a half minutes to 2.5, but we pulled off the 3-0, ladies and gentlemen, and that's how you do it. I'm back on the top of the leaderboards, too. Very nice, very nice. So, a fun deck. Nice little, basically mono green splashing upheaval because that card's insane. And yeah, that's a look at Legacy Cube. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was a long one, but it was still pretty fun. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. And as always, you can catch my stream, twitch.tv/Numot the Nummy. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.